We all take things for granted, something I experienced when I had the opportunity to go on a service trip to Guatemala. Witnessing the Guatemalans' impoverished lifestyle altered the way I view things today and made me realize how fortunate and blessed I truly am. Our first week took place in Antigua City, where the streets were lined with colorful colonial houses and stores. Each house was a brighter color than the next, and the cobblestone streets led to mountainscapes with serene blue skies. A typical day consisted of an early morning breakfast at our host family's house. From there, we would walk to meet up with the rest of the group to depart to a rural elementary school outside the city. Here we performed labor-intensive tasks such as painting a mural, constructing an eco-friendly wall out of recycled materials, and alternating who assisted the teachers in helping with the kids. Needless to say, the days are long and tiring. Although I couldn't always understand what the kids were saying, it was evident they were excited to have us there. By the desolate location of the school, it was obvious they didn't have much, but the kids in school were grateful for the little changes we could make in their community. The second week occurred at Lake Atitlán, where I witnessed the most life-changing experience. Many villages surrounded the lake where the Maya culture is prevalent. It was not uncommon to see men and women dressed in traditional attire. Part of daily life is for the youth to visit the elderly in their homes. The purpose is to keep the culture and traditions alive throughout the village and to pass this knowledge to younger generations. Our group was fortunate enough to be invited to experience one of these visits, accompanied by several kids from the village. We arrived in a small house constructed from cinder blocks and mud. The floors were packed dirt and there was a rusty roof over our heads. In America, we would not consider this place to be livable. It was the poorest place I had ever seen, and it was remarkable that people could live in such a dismal place. I felt uncomfortable because I have so much in comparison to this family. For them, this was just a normal life. Although the elderly grandmother spoke a language native to the village, it was clear she took pride in our culture and welcomed us. During the trip, I lived in many uncomfortable situations. These situations made me stronger and gave me a greater appreciation for what I have, such as my home and excellent education and a high standard of living. I don't want to take the large number of opportunities I've been offered for granted. This trip opened my eyes to life beyond the United States and changed the way I see things. Guatemala presented the opportunity to see a glimpse of a new culture. I was able to travel to Guatemala, and while I was there, I got to know myself better too.